Alright, how's it going everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to what is probably this time the last part of this boxer career. A fight scheduled against an opponent we've not faced yet, Mirsad Bektic. Looked over his tapes I think in the last video. My voice sounds a bit different, I'm a bit under the weather at the moment, so you'll have to excuse me. I'll cut out any coughing or sneezing, but I can feel it, my throat sounds fucked at the moment. 4 stars on his straight, body straight, ground body hook, and ground hook, and then get the rest of his tapes done. So we got Ghost as well, didn't we, in the last episode, which is a bit of a relief. I can sort of relax now for these last couple of fights. Whatever happens, happens. Win or lose. We finally got Ghost. Alright, no more fucking around. Got some stuff to talk about in this video, boxing and MMA news related if you like. So quicker I get this training done, we'll get back here and we'll have a quick chin wag. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, it's just coming to the end of the camp now. Week 5, got 6 weeks to go, but pretty much at full fitness. So we'll do the usual social media bullshit. I can actually watch a couple more of his tapes as well. Go for the knockout. Let's go for the third again. This is pretty consistent for the most part. Watch some of his tapes. So what do they want to talk about? Oh, you've got some interesting news. Jake Paul and Nate Diaz have been signed to box each other, and I think it's August 5th. So still got a ways to go yet, but something to look forward to. I hope Nate doesn't lose to him. I'll be fucking upset if Nate doesn't beat him. A lot of people are fucking writing Nate off already, saying that he's gonna get fucking slept by Jake. I mean, I don't know where they're getting that from. I mean, yeah, he's put other people away. Like he's, you know, he can hit hard. He's a big lad, but you know, Nate walks around at like over 180 pounds. Like he's fought most of his career at lightweight. You know, he's had a few fights at welterweight and. He could take his shots, you know what I mean? He fucking took some of Conor's best shots and he didn't get knocked out. He got dropped, but he didn't get fucking knocked out. And, you know, I just think Jake's in for a rude awakening and he's in for a hard lesson in cardio in this fight. You know, Diaz is, even though he's knocking on the door of 40 years of age, he's still got good, you know, he can still go, do you know what I mean? Fucking frequently doing triathlons and stuff like that, and often breaks people with his pace, just like his brother Nick did, you know, just walking them down, just peppering them with little 60% punches and throwing in like a 90 or 100% punch now and again. But I feel like Jake's probably going to tire trying to finish him. You know, Jake's going to go out there trying to prove a point after losing to Tommy, an actual boxer, which is interesting because as soon as Jake has a loss to a boxer for the first time, he's back to fighting MMA fighters at the tail end of their career, you know, rather than saying what I thought he should have done. Actually, let me just skip to the fight because I'll be sat at this menu all day. I'll see you at the walk-ins, actually. I'll finish this in a sec.
So here's the consensus greatest of all time.
A big staple in the sport and a pioneer in MMA.
Always a big-time field in the arena, and one of the greatest of all time is in the octagon. Everything in the game, broken multiple UFC records, moved the pay-per-view needle, done massive gates across the world. The #1 mixed martial arts athlete of all time.
Achieved everything ever wanted. I can truly say one of the greatest fighters of all time.
First of all, what about that little cutscene there? I've never seen that before. Even when I've got GOAT on the other difficulties, I didn't let the loading screen run. I didn't know there was a cutscene dedicated to the GOAT. That's great. That was awesome seeing that. Anyway, back to Diaz and Jake. Yeah, so what Jake should have done was tried to prove himself as a boxer and fought another boxer, you know, to like say I can hang with an actual boxer, but no, he's done his bullshit coward fucking move and he's gone to fight MMA fighters at the tail end of their career who he probably thinks he's confident in beating, you know what I mean? Shows that he's got no balls. Well, he has got balls because he's stepping in there to fight for one thing, but you know what I mean, to go against another boxer would have had way more respect for him. You know, and Tommy was like a, you know, he's not like an upper echelon boxer, and he beat Jake pretty handily, you know what I mean? So anyway, like I said, I think Jake's in for a hard lesson in cardio. I see Jake trying to make up for his last performance by trying to knock Diaz out, and he'll be making a hell of a statement if he can manage to knock Nate out. You know, he's pretty durable, Nate, and his brother as well are known for their chins. And I reckon he's just going to tire himself out trying to throw that right hand and left hook, and Diaz is just going to take them and he's just going to walk him down, pepper him with body shots like he always does, taunt him, get into his head, and that psychological stuff is equally as draining. You know, ask Frank Shamrock about that when he fought Nick Diaz. It's like, you can't believe he's still talking shit to you when he's throwing punches at you, and you know what I mean? So Jake's in for a fucking rude awakening if you'd ask me, and Nate's going to be getting a fucking massive payday. I think they're getting a 50-50 split because they're both co-promoting it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
but something to look forward to down the line anyway. There's Bruce for the introductions.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Dan Mergliata. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a freestyle fighter holding a professional record of 18 wins, 10 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, presenting the challenger, Mercedes Bektir. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer, holding a professional record of 33 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Liverpool, England, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Wilson.
All right, this is for the UFC Championship. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners, come out fight.
No touch from Mercedes with his tiny little fucking Deadpool legs, as we're about to see. I was talking a few videos back about body sizes being out of proportion. Look at Bektik's legs. Look at those little Deadpool legs that he's got. Don't look right at all. Little sparrow bird legs. I feel like if I low kick him once, it'll fucking snap. Although it's lucky for him because I'm not allowed to throw kicks. Saying that, he might break his own leg. If I block one of his kicks, it might snap his leg. Fucking Anderson Silva style. Anyway, gotta switch off. They'll be taking Bektik lightly, shit talking his little puny legs. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, look at him coming in, throwing hammers. Oh, beautiful combination from Bektik there. Oh, and a head kick. Oh, going for the body. God, he's fucking... Got some fucking strikes on him, hasn't he? Oh, big right hand over the top. Fucking Bector's trying to send me to the fucking retirement home with a vengeance here. Oh, his hooks are fucking vicious. Pull him in, don't let him get strikes off. Oh, this is bad. Oh, little cheeky elbow there. A lot of fakes from him. When he wants me up, he wants to fucking sleep me. He's going to have me out of there in the first round. And he almost threw a kick there. Oh, got him with a strike as he came in. Oh, a turn and takedown attempt by Bector. Reversed. It's put me on this side. I hate that. After you sort of stuff that takedown, when it flips him over like that, it puts you on the right. Game's trying to sabotage me. And now we took some shots in this first round. Might not even make it to the third. Well, we made it to the end of the round at least anyway, but he got 2 knockdowns. Look at these hooks here. Fuck off. Oh, 2 of them. Like 2 knockdowns with the same combo pretty much. If there was ever a time I needed to get a pull counter going. Oh, look at that combination. Right uppercut, left hook, and then a right hook at the end of it. Look at this. This is just all fucking Mirsad Bektic highlights. Rightly so, we didn't really get anything going in that round. If he corner's giving me some praise, but fucking hell. I almost got finished there. Nice counter right straight there. Oh, and he catches me with one back. Nice counter slip straight there from him. Oh, beautiful left uppercut. He stepped in to go for the body there. Whoa, what a fucking wild fight. Right straight to the body and a left hook up top. And that's the end of that in the second round. Fucking hell, that was a wild fight. He had me worried for a minute there. Thought he was going to get knocked out in the first round. Bang. Fuck off. Left hook just slept him. Oh, he slept him. Yeah, but that'll be interesting come August to get back to that boxing talk. I hope Nate fucking smashes fucking that cunt Jake Paul. I can't fucking stand him. What a fucking scumbag he is. If you want to see a good video on how much of a scumbag Jake Paul is, go and watch a video by a YouTuber called Napoleon Bonaparte who put up a video about Jake recently. And there's some stuff in that video that was fucking shocking to see from Paul. It was a video of Jake uploading stuff to his YouTube channel years ago, and he was like blindfolding young girls and like asking them to guess which person is kissing them. But then on the slide, like out of Jake and his mates, and then on the slide, Jake's dad would come in and start kissing the girl, and I'm like, whoa, that's fucking weird. That shit. That's like fucking knocking on the paedophilia door. That's like, that's Jake Paul's content, everyone. He's making loads of little kids cry as well by fucking storming into a room with like a fucking clown mask on and scaring the shit out of them with a knife and saying that he'd killed a dog and lying to the kids. And you'd have to go and watch it. Napoleon Bonaparte's the YouTuber. I can't remember the name of the video. It's like Everyone Hates Jake Paul or something like that, the name of the video. He's a fucking scumbag. So we hope Nate fucking gasses him out to the point where he doesn't want to fucking continue anymore and then just sleeps him. But a lot of people are writing Nate off. What I'd say fucking casuals. Like, I see a lot of them in I do watch him a lot, the MMA Guru, but unfortunately 90% of his comment section is just full of incels. Like, and I mean he looks like an incel. He is an incel himself, isn't he, the MMA guru? It's not why I don't hate him for that, but his fan base, or 90% of his fan base, you do get some people in the comments who have got some common sense in there, but for the most part it's just people, you know, when you get those like cookie cutter sort of dumb social media comments. What's this? The fight game. Last fight. Oh, we got the last fight. We've only got 2 fights in this video then. You had one of the greatest careers in the UFC. Your name will live forever. Will forever be mentioned alongside the great MMA fighters. Fans will mention your name in endless dream fights for years to come. Sadly, this is it. While you managed to dig deep on fight day, fighting has taken its toll on you. It shows every time you train. This fight is your last, so go and have fun out there and do what you do best to win. Don't win. What am I? You know what? Just so this video isn't too short, I'll probably just keep talking and film all the training. You can see all the training camp this time. While I just ramble a load of shit and insult a load of the MMA Guru's fans. Michael Ryan. Who's this guy? It's like crickets there. When I seen his image pop up, I was like, who's this? Look at him. English lad breaking into the top 10. Let's give him a shot. Should we give him a shot? Like, imagine if we beat all these like top names and then fucking Michael Ryan like beats us. Like, sorry, I just cut out a load of coughing then. I think I'll give him a who cares at this point. It's the last fight. Although Moicano was in that list there, but I feel like if I just keep refreshing it, we're going to get too many. We'll get opponents that we've already faced. Michael, the torch might be passed to you, mate. This might be the passing of the torch. So yeah, so like comments like in the MMA Guru's videos, they'll say, you know, those kind of comments, and it's like people who say, oh, not the hero we deserve, the hero we need, or some shit. I feel like I see that comment everywhere, or like a variation on it. It's just like dumb. I've got nothing to say for myself, but I learned this in another person's YouTube video, so I'm just going to parrot it in somebody else. And things like people saying cope and cry and things like that. You know, those like unimaginative comments where they think they're like mic drop comments. Like, that's most of his comment section. And like I say, they're mostly incels, and I mean, he does look like an incel himself. He looks like that guy, if you know what I'm talking about, in the UK. That psycho who murdered a few people a couple of years ago in Cornwall. That incel. He had like a big fucking beard on him and like curly hair, and he went out, he killed his mum with a shotgun, and then he walked out of his front door and killed a young girl in a park and shot about 3 or 4 other people, and then the police got hold of him. It was a couple of years ago in the UK in Cornwall. Yeah, he was a fucking incel as well. But he just reminds me of the MMA Guru anyway. He looks a bit like him. But Guru's got some good points now and again. Yeah, he really does. He likes to talk about things that no one else talks about. I like how he goes after Ariel Helwani as well. You know, Ariel's a fucking snake, conniving little fucking little cunt. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the Jew in him. You know what I mean? Like, it's no disrespect to all Jews, but Ariel's that stereotypical like scheming Jew. You know, and I think a lot of the fighters in the MMA community know he's like that, and they don't like to give him interviews. Let's just go and do some wrestling. See, this is what I normally do in the training, but I normally cut it out, and you don't get to see it. What am I doing? Hold half guard. It doesn't matter about completing these training sessions at this point. Just make sure we've got the adequate fitness. I can never get the AI to the ground. We normally got to do it right at the start of the session. Oh, nice uppercut there from the AI. See, I feel like every time I'm shooting in, it's just going to counter me with the uppercut. That's why I do it right at the start of the session.
Nice.
Oh, I actually got it. Oh, just got it.
Your next opponent is going to be no match for you. Yes, that's how you move.
Yeah, but I like the way MMA Guru goes after a lot of bullshit in the MMA community and media that a lot of the other MMA journalists will not touch. Most recently, I think he actually put it up today as I'm recording this video. all that kind of sort of talk going on with over Dricus du Plessis and people like Adesanya and Usman saying he's not a real African, you know, like, and
Love the way you attack
pretty
those
much
legs
because
and
he's
got on
white,
top.
that's why they're saying that, you know what I mean? Like, Dricus is born in Africa, raised in Africa, lives and trains and eats, breathes and sleeps in Africa, but in a sort of roundabout way, Kamaru Usman said in a press conference that he's not really a true African, and what he was alluding to was it's because if he's white, he's not an African, you know what I mean? And a lot of it's a messy topic, you know, like it's caused a lot of shit on both sides, and like Dricus is pushing, you know, for a fight, and he's not brought up anything racial. Dricus, like, this has all been Ariel Helwani that's like brought this to the light, like saying it's racial. But Dricus was just like, well, I want to be the first African-born
Okay, I want you to push
and like African based fighter who like still lives in Africa, who trains. I want to take the belt back to Africa.
Nice combination,
you know,
there.
he was like, what am I doing here? Transitions. He was like, oh, you know, Kamaru and Adesanya, they were both born in Nigeria, but one lives in America and one moved to fucking New Zealand. You know what I mean? So when they take the belt back home, they take the belt back home to their home,
Nice.
New Zealand and Australia,
Nice. Good.
New Zealand
Now we'll
and
put these strikes together. Come
America. But Dricus wants to take it back to Africa, you know, and give any youngsters in Africa more of a hope if they want to become MMA fighters or like famous athletes, and they're like,
Got to work in there.
yeah, you don't have to, you know, he wants to like show them, yeah, you don't have to move to like the States, or you don't have to move to another country to be successful. You know, look,
Don't stop
he
now.
wants to show them that you can do it
30
out
on
of
the
Africa,
clock.
you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. So he didn't even bring anything racial into it at all. He was just saying, I want to be the first, you know, person who still lives in Africa to bring the belt back to Africa. But Ariel being Ariel had to try and like twist it and like gaslight, trick us into
All right, we're
being a
gonna
fucking
take the lessons
racist,
from
which is
today
shame
and
on
learn from
Ariel,
it.
you know what I mean? And, you know, shame on, you could see what he was trying to do in the interview. He's a fucking scheming little twat. I used to like watching Ariel, but then I opened my own eyes to, after watching him enough. Once you watch somebody enough, you know, their personalities, the real like demeanor starts to like seep through. And well, if you're aware of it, like, and I feel like that happens to me. It happens to me like with like a lot of YouTubers I watch as well. I tend to watch them for a while, and then there just becomes like a point where I start to see things a little bit differently. Like, I think that's the same with anyone, isn't it? Really, it's like you need to spend time with. Excuse me. Mute some coughing there. Yeah, you'd have to spend time with someone a lot to like see, you know, what they're really all about. You can't just like meet someone for like 30 minutes and be like, oh, he's a great guy, or that's a great woman. You know, you need to spend longer with someone than that to see what's really going on. Hold side control, land strikes in mount. Let's see if we can hold side control for 3 seconds.
Jiu-jitsu literally translates into
We get it at the start.
art.
See, there we go.
Because
If
can
you do it at the start of the
neutralize
session,
any opponent
the AI
with a
will
choke or
normally
joint
let you do it.
submission without having to throw any strikes. So let's get out there.
Oh, I didn't mean to go to
Be
the
gentle.
to
Got to work
mount.
there.
Buck me off. Could put me inside now. Here we go. Side saddle.
Great control. All right,
There we go.
that was good. Definitely making some progress.
Yeah, it's I know after Izzy beat Alex Pereira recently at UFC 287,
Pressure here.
which
I wanna
was
see
hard to
some
watch because I like Pereira a lot, you know. And to see him lose to Izzy in that fashion, and then all that bullshit Izzy did after during his celebration, you know, and a lot of people like Bisping, and like Bisping was like, oh,
Don't stop
I
now.
really love
30
the
on the clock.
you know, the bow and arrow thing, you know, when he did the bow and arrow bullshit, and he like pretended to like put loads of arrows into Pereira's fucking body when he was lying on the floor. And it's like, yeah, you know what also is he did? He simulated snapping that bow and arrow across his knee, which in my head was like a dig at Pereira's culture, because like that, obviously that bow and arrow thing is important to Pereira, and it's important to his like cultural ritual of like the way he walks out and he does his little march forward and on his entrance, and he shoots the bow and arrow at the opponent in the ring, and that's like part of his I don't know what tribe he's from in Brazil. The name escapes me now, but for Adesanya to sort of snap that bow over his knee the way he did, like he simulated snapping it. If you watch like a certain angle of the celebration, in my opinion, that's Adesanya going fuck you, you know, to his bullshit ritual. But I mean, if the shoe was on the other foot there, if that was like someone doing that to an African ritual, can you imagine the fucking backlash that'd be flipped the other way? Because Izzy does it, you know what I mean? It's he can get away with a lot more because it's only going one way. But if it was going the other way, there'd be a fucking shitstorm going up about it. But yeah, it's all right for Adesanya to shit on another culture by fucking pretending to break a cultural weapon over his knee like that. Fucking blade. I hate that prick. I think he's a phenomenal kickboxer. I love him as a striker. He's one of the best in the sport today at stand-up. But his personality, I fucking can't stand it. I actually went back and watched because I hadn't seen it really. You know, there's a lot of this like 3-in-1 talk now. It's like,
here we go, BJJ 101. Find the position,
so just get this takedown.
Submission.
What are we doing? Side control again?
In between, but you get the idea. Nice work.
Oh, we've recovered it.
Lock him down.
Yeah, there's a lot of this like 3-in-1 talk still happening. You know, and I think it's warranted as well. He's 3-in-1, but like I just said then, I watched the kickboxing fights between the two of them. I watched the two kickboxing matches, and as much as I like Pereira, he didn't win that first fight. I'm sorry, but he just didn't. That first fight should have gone to Izzy. That was a bad decision. The second fight, yeah, Izzy was getting the better of him, but and a lot of people say if it wasn't for the standing 8 count that Pereira wouldn't have won, and the standing 8 count kind of gave him time to recover. I guess it did, but I mean it's a standing 8 count that happens in kickboxing. I mean I don't know what the people's argument is. Are they saying he was about to get knocked out and the referee shouldn't have gave him a standing 8 count? He should have just let him get knocked out. But is that what they're trying to argue? Because after that standing 8 count, Izzy ended up getting fucking slept. Like, he got knocked out cold. So Pereira came back and won, you know? And it's like, they like to stomp their feet, the Izzy fans. Oh, but Izzy was winning. Well, guess what? In the most recent fight, Pereira was winning. I think the second, he was arguably winning the second round. He was getting the low kicks going. He hurt Izzy's leg. So Pereira was winning, and then he got fucking knocked out. So it doesn't matter who's winning. You know what I mean? Fucking Kamaru Usman was winning against Leon Edwards in the second fight, and then Leon fucking slept him in the last round. So it doesn't matter what's going on all the way up to that. You know, as soon as the knockout happens, the fight's fucking over. You know, then people are going to start screaming like lucky punch because you were getting like dominated, or lucky kick, whatever, because you were getting dominated. But that's just how it went. You know, you can whinge about it all you want. But yeah, give Izzy his props. Like he won that first fight. I think, you know, I'm not a blind Izzy hater. I'll acknowledge his skill set. He's a phenomenal kickboxer. He's got a really good fight IQ.
Here we go.
But that first fight should not have gone to Pereira in kickboxing. I think it was Izzy beat him 2 rounds to 1. I think Pereira won one of the rounds. But it's just I don't, as much as I like Pereira, like I really like him, I think Izzy beats him most of the time that they fight. I want to say that Pereira would fuck him up all the time, but throughout, a common thing throughout a lot of them fights between them was Izzy catches him a lot with that right hand, and Pereira gets hit with that right hand a lot. Like more not like a right hook, like a short right hook that he sort of, or overhand, whatever you want to call it, that he knocked out Pereira with in the most recent fight. And he also caught him with it at the end of the first round of their first UFC fight, by the way. I said that in a recent video. You know, Pereira got caught there, like, and I hope he doesn't get overconfident going into the second fight with Izzy, which is exactly what happened, by the way. I'm not tooting my own horn, but you can go back and watch the video. It was a few episodes of this playthrough back that actually said that. But
that's the name of the game. Position.
Yeah, Pereira's been caught a lot with that right straight by Izzy in throughout the duration of their 4 fights. It happened a lot in those kickboxing matches, and I think that's what gave Pereira the standing account at the second fight, is he was catching him with that right straight, you know, or like the looping right, or whatever you want to call it. Pereira was susceptible to that. But what I loved about, and this is why I want to see them fight again, whether it's like, I know it's not going to be immediate, because we've recently found out that Pereira is going to be moving up to 205, which I agree with, but I would have liked to have seen like the immediate rematch happen, just for him to get him back, you know, like, but, you know, Izzy's time will come with Pereira again, I'm sure, down the line. But the reason I love that match between them two so much, it was like a throwback to like classic K1 for me. And if anyone who watched classic K1 back in the day, like from like 93 up to like 2004, you know, when you had fighters like Peter Aerts, Jerome Labana, Ernesto Hoost, Francisco Filio, Andy Hugh, Mike Bernardo, they all fought each other, and they all lost to each other, and they all beat each other. It was the best of the best, fighting each other, constantly fighting each other. And that's what that fight between Izzy and Pereira reminded me of. Like I say, they could fight each other a bunch, and they probably just, I know I said Izzy would probably edge it out and more wins over Pereira, and I think, I don't know, I'll stick by that and say that's probably true. Like if they fought 10 times, I think Izzy would beat him like maybe 7 or 6 out of the 10 times, and Pereira's like 6-4. He'd do Pereira 6-4, or maybe, I don't want to say 7-3. Or it might even be even, might be 5 fights each, I don't know, because they could both beat each other and they could lose to each other, do you know what I mean? And it just gave me that classic K1, like elite kickboxer style competition.
Today we're really gonna tighten it up.
Land strikes and Mount will have missed the opportunity to shoot right at the beginning there. It doesn't matter, we only need to get the fitness up. We don't have to
combo. That's what we
don't have to worry about earning points at this stage. I'm just gassing as well, I'm just talking over the top. The first time I've done this in any of these playthroughs. It's the first time you've seen any of the training. I just thought I'd rather keep it in, because the video will be short if I just skip to the fight. I mean, if you've got any sense in your head, you've probably just already skipped to the fight if you didn't want to hear me talk. But yeah, I'm sure, because Pereira's just announced, because he's going up to 205 now, so the reason I talked about all that Dricus and Dricus Duplessis controversy, like Izzy said at the end of his during his press conference at the end of the fight, that he wanted to fight, and he didn't say Dricus' name directly, because he said, I didn't want to give him no clout, amongst all the other cringe shit that comes out of fucking Adesanya's mouth.
Here we go.
But he was referring to Dricus, you know, and Dricus is like number 6 in the rankings, so yeah, he'd be given someone outside of the top 5 a title shot, but he's beat everyone else. You know, he's beat Cannonier, he's beat Whittaker, he's beat Vittori, he's beat Pereira. So a fresh face, and I think that's what Izzy wants. He's lapped a division. He's fought a lot of them fellows twice, and he probably thinks it's an easy fight for him going against Dricus, because, you know, Dricus is still, he's not like top tier yet, like, you know, but he may never be top tier, you know. But I think Izzy thinks that's an easy win for him. But I think Izzy, at some point, if he keeps cleaning the division out, he's going to be forced to move up, and that means him potentially running into Pereira again. And maybe that's where they'll have the trilogy. Is it light heavyweight? Either way, I look forward to it, because it doesn't look like it's going to happen at middleweight. Although I did see a video on Pereira's YouTube channel where he sort of discussed that when he was going up to 205, but he did also mention, and this was something I noticed as well, like he's never struggled to make the weight Pereira. He can make middleweight. You know, he was bang on weight for the previous fight for Izzy too. He was bang on. So he says, I don't have a problem making the weight, and it was almost like him warning at us. He said, he's like warning Izzy. He was like, we'll see what his behaviour is like. You know, in other words, if Izzy keeps talking shit about me and about my son, Izzy doing all that shit with Pereira's son, like taunting him in his celebration and stuff like that, which was a fucking scumbag move. Like, Izzy's supposed to be a grown man, and he was letting the antics of what a 5-year-old kid did 7 years ago get in his head for 7 years, and Izzy saved all that rage up for 7 years and then used it to mock Pereira's son. You know, like, what a fucking dick move. That's the kind of thing I expect for someone who's a fucking weeb, who likes anime as much as he does. You know, he's a fucking walking child, is he? But Pereira was basically warning him, saying, if you fucking keep talking shit, I'll book another fight at middleweight. You know, you won't need to wait for me to meet up with me at light heavyweight. So Pereira's kind of giving him a warning, saying, I'll see what he does. You know, I'll see if he keeps his mouth shut for the next couple of weeks, and if he doesn't, then I'll be fucking ringing Uncle Dana saying, let's get a fucking immediate rematch booked at 185. Right, we don't need to do any of this. So here we go, last fight of the career against Michael Ryan. I'll see you at the arena. We got that final cutscene. Me and Coach Davis. No audio though, because we don't have the commentary turned on. So is Michael gonna be the one we pass the torch to at the end of this career? Is he gonna go end our retirement fight with a loss? We'll wait and see. I'm gonna try and win. By all means, I'm gonna try and go out with a win, but it doesn't always end that way. Fist bump with the coach. Let's go and get it. Final fight of the career. I've enjoyed this playthrough. This has been a really good playthrough. Doing it in a pure boxing style. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do for the next one yet. I don't know whether I'm going to do like another creative fighter. I mean, I'm not very good at creating fighters. I'll probably just use myself, but just pick a different play style. But to be honest, I like the stand-up style. I don't think I'll be doing any wrestling playthroughs or all submission playthroughs. I'd rather throw some striking in there if I was going to do some submissions as well, like a mixed, which I've already done really with Bass Rutten, but I'd happily do it again. Or I don't know whether to do like an existing superstar sort of playthrough, like a Nick Diaz run or whatever, or I have been thinking about doing some tournaments, some sort of AI tournaments, and commentating over the top of them. Maybe like a universe mode, but sort of not taking it too seriously. You might just throw like a fight card together and just commentate over the top of it. Like none of it has to carry over to the next pay-per-view if you like. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I sort of haven't decided yet. But I will do some single fights as well. I might just like turn the game on and just record me doing a fight with whoever, you know, in between UFC events, like actual UFC events, just to talk about stuff like MMA news and whatever. I'd like to do that rather than just upload gameplays. You know, I'd like to just do just one-off fights and upload them. Sort of like Martial Mind and Praoxis do, and I know they play online, but I don't. But it's not about that. It's just about what I want to talk about really during the video. Here we are, last fight of the career, retiring at 36. Same for the reach for both of us. 5'11" for Michael Ryan. Here's Bruce with the final introduction of the career.
The main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out arena in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 22 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Presenting the challenger, Hercules. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer, holding a professional record of 34 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Liverpool, England, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Wilson.
There we go. Herb Dean getting us underway for the last one.
All right, this is for the championship. You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves. Let's make it official.
We touch him up for the last fight of the career against Michael Ryan. Skip the cringe for the last fight of the career, of course. Like, what did it say his style was? Was it, I think it was jiu-jitsu, wasn't it? I can't remember. Or was that Bektik? I can't remember. He's too busy talking. Oh, look at him trying to catch me with that elbow there. Oh, trying to go for that uppercut as I go for the body. I've been caught with that a few times in my last few fights, really. I've not been sort of getting away with the right straight to the body as much as I was early on in the career. Oh, nice left hook there. Hit him early, but he recovered. We haven't had like a body shot finish for a while, have we? Oh, he's going to get this. Got the body lock on the outside trip. Oh, this ground and pound. Oh, managed to get that Kimura sweep, end up in full mount. Oh, you bastards, you put me on the other side, stepping up from the mount there. Did we do a fight prediction for this? I forgot so much of the prep for this fight because I was talking all the way through the training. I forgot what I've done. It's kind of on autopilot. Oh, beautiful 3-punch combination there. Got him with that left hook after the right straight. Oh, that left hook landed there after the right uppercut. Oh, nice left hook from Ryan there. Right straight to the body connects. Inside low kick, calf kick should I say. Oh, we might get this. I was late on that. Managed to stuff it though. Oh, that left hook. He almost got me with that uppercut though as I sort of ducked down for the right straight to the body. I also thought about doing just another career run, but like a career run with no core upgrades. So like not allowing myself to upgrade things like cardio or chin. You know, those like that little section of upgrades that you can pick. So cardio, chin health, leg strength, body strength. You know, that kind of thing. Because I feel like if I didn't have like 5-star chin health in any of these career runs, I'd be getting knocked out a lot more in these fights. I feel like having the 5-star head health has sort of carried me through a lot of these, especially that fight with Max, and even that last one with Bektik maybe. You know, I feel like I would be having a lot more losses, but I thought maybe a sort of no upgrade run might be a challenge. He'll definitely have a lot more losses. Obviously, you're gonna. It's not a complete. Excuse me. It's not a complete no upgrade run. Obviously, just by throwing strikes, I will upgrade strikes. So, like my moves will upgrade as I'm fighting. You know what I mean? But just those, like whether I like it or not, they're just gonna upgrade. But just those core upgrades. Like I said, the sort of chin strength and cardio and body and leg health. You know, those are stats that I have to level up manually. So if I just leave them at base stats, could be a very challenging playthrough. Especially like I'm thinking of doing it on Legendary if I do it. Just like a no upgrade run. Oh, went for the body with the right uppercut and he just walked onto it. That's it. The last fight of the career is a KO. I was trying to get a body shot knockout there, and for some reason he teleported to the other side of the cage. Even though he got knocked out in the middle of the octagon, but some undisputed shit right there. Oh, I was going for the uppercut to the body and he dipped down into it. I can't tell if that was like a head movement dip. Oh, look at that arm there. I can't tell if that was a head movement dip or he was changing levels to go for the takedown. I think it was a head movement dip. Oh, look how he landed though. Oh, that arm just flopped over like that. Yeah, so a no upgrade run might be interesting anyway on Legendary.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb
be very difficult. You're gonna see a lot of losses in that run if it does happen.
16 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by
like I say, I feel like this 5-star head health has carried me through a lot of fights that I probably would have lost if I hadn't had it upgraded all the way. And that's it. Last fight of the career done. Managed to get GOAT on Legendary in this playthrough, which is I'm very pleased with. Finally got it done. Don't have to worry about crossing that off the list anymore. Oh. Face down. Oh, the way his arm sort of flopped over like that. Starting to get rubies on the main bit of gold, and now fucking hell, we've filled this belt up quite a lot. So there it is, longevity damage, career retirement. This is your last fight. Well, you won't hear the fans cheer your name as you walk out again. You still have all the records, championships and victories in the octagon to think about. You showed up to every fight, and not only did you exceed expectations, you set the bar on what being great is. All of the blood, sweat and time given to the sport has taken a toll on you. But now it's time to enjoy the fruits of your success. Enjoy life. Enjoy life knowing you're the greatest of all time. Return to the career. So we finished with a record of 35-1. Who gave us that? Excuse me. Fucking hell. Sorry, I had to cut out some more coughing then. Ugh, my throat. Who gave us that loss? It was way back in the WFA, I think, wasn't it? Oh no, Cejudo. Excuse me. It's Henry Cejudo. That was a long time ago. Feels like ages ago. It really does. In the career. Way back at bantamweight. And then we got revenge on him again. We got sorry, not again. We got revenge on him in the rematch. Here's the division, the top 10 as it stands at the end of the retirement. Good stuff. I really enjoyed this playthrough. Got some head movement going a little bit. Got some knockouts with head movement and slipping, which is what I wanted to do. Get a little bit more, a bit better at it. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. So until the next UFC 4 video, it'll probably just be like a single one-off, like single fight up until I decide to record any like tournaments or just have a bit of a bit of a pause now from the next career mode until I think of what I want to do. But yeah, there'll still be UFC stuff coming in some form or another. But for now, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series. And drop a like for us if you've enjoyed it, you know. I really appreciate that. So until the next one, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time.